Welcome to a special Halloween week edition of Catamount Football Show with Coach Matt Land. I'm Bill Mayo, and on this week's show we're going to take a look back at the game versus the South Cobb Eagles and talk about the Week 10 contest versus the Allatoona Buccaneers. So stay right here, back with more Catamount Football in just a minute.
This is Roadrunner Coach Tony Engel. I want you to join another winning team with my friends at Advanced Insurance Strategies. They offer you great service, but more importantly, they offer you the assurance that you're protected today and against whatever tomorrow may bring. After all, isn't peace of mind what insurance is all about? Call my good friend David Pennington at Advanced Insurance Strategies today at 706-226-0186. Beep, beep.
At Carpet Express, our campaign is simple. First, we will start with deporting all low floors from your home. Then we will build a wall, yes, a huge wall, to keep our prices secure. We will use our resources to get better prices that will bring back more jobs for builders and contractors. No matter your race or gender, all people have the right to our great service and prices. Carpet Express, we will make your floor great again.
And don't forget to send us your emails.
Dalton Utilities has been a part of our community since 1889, meeting the needs of a growing industry that is now known throughout the world. Over 125 years later, Dalton Utilities is still invested in our community's success, providing safe and affordably priced utility services to help run your home and business. For electricity, natural gas, water, and wastewater services, you can always rely on Dalton Utilities, your hometown connection.
All right, welcome back to the Catamount Football Show. We've got our friend up here. This could be one of our defensive guys.
That's right. One of our guys.
Head,
that's
right?
That's right. You have chuckleheads on offense and pumpkin heads on defense. There you go.
Let's talk a little bit about, speaking of pumpkin heads, let's talk a little bit about the South Cobb game. Those guys came up here and they've got some really good athletes, but
outstanding
they had a
athletes.
lot of adversity, and it continued on into the game, right?
You could, first of all, just a great job as far as one of our former Catamounts, Tommy Macon, who was about 4.5 hours prior to leaving, notified that he was going to be the interim head coach for the day.
And in case you don't know, Tommy played here.
That's right.
Back in the early 70s. Went to Jacksonville State. His brother Tim played with Coach Wilson and I.
That's right. Wayne played with my brother.
He was a defensive lineman.
That's right.
And then Ty Macon.
Nephew. I coached.
That's right. I coached him at the rec league.
Yes.
And so there's been a long string of Macons.
Yeah, and we got to make it now. Jamal Macon is one of our. So that's certainly a Dalton name. But he's been a head coach at Josie. He was a head coach at Southwest Macon. He was most recently at Pebblebrook. And basically moved on to South Cobb. But he was the defensive line coach. And like I said, something happened. But they had a few. We had seen, one of the things that we had seen on the roster when we were going through it, they had lost a lot of kids throughout the year from the original roster. And wound up a couple of guys had been suspended for the game. And then lo and behold, Friday morning, the coach was suspended. So it just, you could tell when we went out there at pregame, in fact, you were out there on the field, there was not a lot of gas in the car. Those guys were really, really distracted and some things. But, certainly a tough situation. But the one thing you knew going into the game, it was a team that was very athletic. They had a lot of players that could do things with the ball, and we were still, it wouldn't change what we do. And what that is we had to be very focused, focused on fundamentals from a defensive standpoint, from an offensive standpoint. We could not be careless with the ball. We challenged our guys, hey, got to go out and go score on the first 7 possessions. Let's see what we can do from that point on. And like I said, everyone responded very well. Very proud of their focus this week.
I think one of the things that impressed me, and we talked about it starting last Sunday at the staff meeting for South Cobb and all through the week with the team, was we didn't sugarcoat it. It said, hey, look, this is a 1-7 football team.
That's right.
They're not very good, but you've got to be mature enough to go out there and do what you're
That's
supposed
right.
to do and handle it. And
That's
boy,
right.
and boy, did they do a great job of
Well,
that.
and that was the word all week, mature. Are we a mature team? Yeah, everybody tells you you're a good football team. Okay, great. Everybody tells you you're a great football team. Okay, maybe so. Now they start writing about you and putting numbers beside you. You're number 5, you're number 3, you're number 1, and this. But well, that's all great, but that's all completely speculative. It's what you do on the field. And so the one thing we said was, here, what we can figure out is, and it's very tangible. Are you a mature football team? Because if you are, you will handle this exactly the way that you should handle it. And that's go out and play like an 8-0 team against a team that's 1-7. And like I said, I think they know football, and they knew what was at stake. And more than anything, they knew the teams that were playing. Very, very proud of the way, and proud of the coaches. I thought our coaches did a good job of keeping everybody on task this week.
Complete team victory. Talk about the different phases.
Oh, yeah.
Everything went well.
Well, special teams has been so solid for us this year, and we were able to get some young guys in on special. Normally we get a little young guys in. The other thing, we were able to get some young kickers in. Alex Magano came in and kicked for us, and so that was good. At the end of the day, you look at us offensively, stayed within exactly what we wanted to do. Defensively, really didn't show a lot. Really just played a lot of went back to week one, just a base defense. Did what we do, and at the end of the day, had the outcome that we wanted.
Absolutely. Very good. Let's take a quick break when we come back with more Catamount football after these messages.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mora Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
Honesty, integrity, and hard work, leadership, quality, and value. Just a few words to describe the company and people that make up Shaw Industries. Shaw Industries, the world's leading carpet manufacturer, is proud to be a sponsor of Dalton Catamount football. Shaw Industries, where great floors begin.
We're back on our Halloween week edition of Catamount Football. We've got our player interview section. Guys, welcome to the show and introduce yourselves, please.
My name's Chandler Starks, number 19. I'm a junior, and I play quarterback and receiver.
I'm Devin Cole. I'm a junior, number 60, offensive lineman.
All right, Chandler, let's start with you. So first off, you do multiple things. You play quarterback, play some receiver. You also do some holding for the special teams. Yes, talk to me about those positions, and especially the quarterback receiver, how that's complementary of each other.
Well, it's a pretty good transition going from quarterback. I started playing quarterback, and then I started moving to receiver, and it kind of helped me with background knowledge at quarterback, already knowing the routes and everything I needed to learn. So it was more just getting the athletic part of learning the routes and how to, do head fakes and all that kind of stuff to get open. But as far as knowledge goes of the plays, and it was pretty easy to get that down pat.
Now, you did a little bit of, or quite a bit of quarterbacking for the JV Catamount football squad this year. Had a pretty good year.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the season a little bit.
Well, we had, I think we ended up not as good as we planned, but it was still a fun season. We got to beat some teams. We beat McCauley, which that's always good. They always have a pretty good team, and beat some more. Had a tough loss a few other times, but other than that, it was pretty fun, and enjoyed playing. It was a lot of my friends, and it was a fun year.
How about one of the guys that I know caught your eye and caught my eye on the JV squad was Gavin. Talk about Gavin and his ability to catch the football and some of the things that we saw him do this JV season.
Well, he for sure make my job a lot easier. He's really good. He can catch just about anything you throw to him, and so he saved my butt a few times throughout the year, and so I thank him for that. But he's a really good player, and he'll definitely be a big impact for us
Gavin has
next
some
year.
good bloodlines too. His grandfather was Mitchell House that played tailback with me and Coach Wilson.
Oh, really?
In high school, absolutely. So
I didn't know that.
That's
cool.
His grandpa could really run.
Keep it in the family.
Yep. How about the receiver side of your game? You've been working on that, learning that, getting in some of the ball games on Friday nights.
Yes, sir. I got in. I think it was against Creekview for a receiver, and that was fun. That was the first time I'd gotten to play receiver in the varsity game, and it was fun. We won, and it was a lot of fun getting to play and going to the other side and working the other.
And I think really looking for a big role out of you as maybe the postseason goes on, and certainly next year at receiver, right?
Yes, sir. That's the plan.
All right, Dylan, let's talk to you. Second time on the show. I'm going to tell you, like we did Jake Brock, we're auditioning people to be the replacement host. So this is your audition now. Let's see how you do. Talk to me a little bit about South Cobb and how the game was Friday night.
Yes, sir. Well, South Cobb is a very athletic team. They're not very disciplined, but they're very dangerous. You don't want to let them hang around with you. I really felt like we came out and punched them in the mouth. First couple drives, and they kind of laid down, so we took advantage of what they were giving us and made something happen.
I think that's been one of the most physical games that we've played as an offensive line. You guys really did a nice job of dominating those guys. What do you attribute that to, that kind of change in pace this week with South Cobb?
It's just every week, we got to come out, be, like Coach Land said, 1-0, and so we really wanted that win this week. So, as a group, we all decided, we gotta be more physical.
Talk about our OL group a little bit, about the guys you line up with and work with every day.
Well, it's mostly seniors. You got Caden Stokes at left tackle, Jake Brock at center, Davis Looper and AJ Womble at right guard, and Ivan Calderon at right tackle. Yep. So it's been really
TJ Alt that comes in the rotation as well.
It's been really great. Having those guys there, I'm always learning from them, like every practice. There's just so much that they can teach from game time.
I think one of the things I like about y'all's group is how close y'all are. You seem to be really good friends on the field, but also off the field.
Yes, sir.
How does that help?
Oh, it helps a lot. When you're on the line, you have to, double team combos, and having that kind of chemistry and knowing when to come off or stay on the blocks. It's really crucial to what we're doing, and so it's great to have those guys there. All right.
You've made the short list of replacement hosts, so congratulations. You got great job. Thanks for coming on the show, and look forward to seeing you guys the rest of the season. Thanks. See you right here back with more Catamount football in just a minute.
Thank goodness it's football time again here in North Georgia. There's nothing like the smell of the grass and the roar of the crowd under the lights on Friday night. Football is a way of life in Dalton, Georgia, and so is the Oakwood Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, our team is dedicated to serving you the best meal in this area. So next time you're hungry, head on down to the Oakwood Cafe. Your stomach will be glad you did. Oakwood Cafe, for the people, by our people.
Transformers is proud to present two new things that are happening here. BG Products and Mr. Rick Patton as your new Center Service Manager. Welcome aboard, Rick.
Thank you so much, Charles. I feel truly blessed to be here. And yes, we have a complete lineup of BG products to serve all of our customers' maintenance needs.
So don't just trust your automobile with anyone. Come to Transformers, transmission and complete auto repair specialists. We can make it shift, we can make it go, we can make it stop, and we guarantee with BG Products, we can make it go.
Thank you, and God bless.
This is Roadrunner Coach Tony Engel. I want you to join another winning team with my friends at Advanced Insurance Strategies. They offer you great service, but more importantly, they offer you the assurance that you're protected today and against whatever tomorrow may bring. After all, isn't peace of mind what insurance is all about? Call my good friend David Pennington at Advanced Insurance Strategies today at 706-226-0186. Beep, beep.
A Level 3 neonatal intensive care unit.
An accredited chest pain center.
Advanced imaging.
Comprehensive and convenient medical care.
The #1 hospital in Northwest Georgia, Chattanooga, for overall hospital care.
Quality and expertise matter. Hamilton Medical Center is here, meeting your health needs with compassion, healing, and excellence.
Okay, we're back with more Catamount football. We continue our player interview segment. Guys, welcome to the show. Introduce yourselves, please.
I'm Philip Shealy, junior, number 89, long snapper.
I'm Ivan Mora, sophomore, number 9, kicker and punter.
All right, Philip, let's start with you. Talk to me about your transition into the long snapping job. We kind of came into the season not sure who was going to fill that role, and kind of go over how it transpired and how you wound up with the job.
Well, I started long snapping around last year, and it was something that I was just kind of pretty good at. And I worked a bit over the summer, and I kept working, and we needed somebody that wasn't going to be on the field 24/7 to really go in so I could be fresh and get out there, get the job done, and get back on the sideline.
So I think one of the things, the Calhoun game, I remember we always watch film on Tuesday night with the offensive line, and Phillip's a tight end as well, and we had you in there and made everybody stop and watch that snap you made. That it was 4th down, they were trying to come after us. That was kind of go over just the intensity of that, especially you'd only made maybe 1 or 2 snaps prior to that, and we had this key situation. You had to make that snap.
Well, a big part of it was I didn't even really realize what was going on. I thought it was just a normal snap until I got to the sideline and I realized that everybody was cheering me on. But I've always been getting nervous before the game, but once you get on the field, it's either you got to get the nerves out or you're going to mess up. And that was one of those situations where really I just went in there and did it, got it done, and it went good.
Now, one of the things you got to do after you snap the ball is run downfield and make a tackle or get in on the tackle. Tell me about that part of it.
Well, normally I'm one of the first ones down the field, and this year, because Ivan's such a good punter, we haven't had really anyone return the ball yet, maybe once, but other than that, I can get down the field, cover the guy. Normally they'll call the fair catch, and yeah.
Keep your head on a swivel, make sure somebody didn't tee off on you. How about the short snaps? Now you come in for extra point and field goal, but especially extra point. The other team's already mad because we've scored, and now they're getting ready to come in and charge those gaps on either side. Have you talked about that?
Well, on that one, it's a real transition from snapping at 14 yards to snapping at 7 yards down on the ground. So I can't do it too hard or I'm going to snap it past the holder. And then I got to make sure that no one's charging through the gap as soon as I snap it. So it's kind of a get it back there, make sure it's good, and then get my head up, make sure I don't get killed off the line.
Very good. All right, Ivan, let's talk to you now. We've talked a little bit about snapping. Tell me about the kicking part of the things here. Let's talk about kickoffs first. You've done a tremendous job of kicking the ball in the end zone.
Thank you. Yes, sir. I try to be as consistent as I can with my touchbacks, and when I don't get it in the end zone, that's where I kind of want to actually go in and tackle a guy. But most of the times, I've kicked it in the end zone, so that's good.
Absolutely. I have a theory about that. I think we should just put you out there by yourself and put a little extra pressure on you. Kick it in the end zone, or they're going to run it back. How about that plan?
Sounds good. Try to kick it in the end zone.
So
you know?
when they do return one, what's your job? What's your job at that point? If you don't kick it in the end zone, they start running. What's your role?
Well, I kind of stay like a little bit more back, kind of like the last one to try to tackle him. But I have confidence my guys are going to get him down. But I sometimes go a little bit more and try to get in some action because I also played on the field last year, not just kicker, and I kind of miss hitting a little bit.
Right. Now, didn't we have a game where they came after you after a kickoff or a punt or something? Weren't they chasing after you? Somebody was.
Well, there was once, but the most recent one was like this past game against South Cobb, where I tried going after the guy, and I dove for the guy, and my lower back kind of popped since I haven't been hitting a lot, and got a little hurt right there, but I'm good.
Okay, let's talk about the punting part. You do a tremendous job kicking off, but one of the other great things you do is punt the football and prevent a lot of returns. What do you attribute that to? The height, or what do you?
Yes, sir. I try to get some good hang time so I can have Phillip run down there and just like surrender the guy to make a fair catch and no return, and try to get good distance on it as well.
I talked to Phillip about that punt against Calhoun where they were trying to come back and they were trying to block that. Talk about the difference in just a normal return situation, or when a situation where they're really coming after you and trying to block it.
Yes, sir. Well, I actually when I know like when I see the score and how the team is playing at the time, I kind of shorten my steps so that I won't get as close to the line when I'm about to kick, or instead of putting my left foot out first, I start with my right so I can only take one step instead of 2 steps and punt the ball, so get it out faster.
Well, very good. You guys are doing a great job. Thanks for coming on the show. Look forward to watching the rest of the season.
Sure, thank you.
Stay right here back with more Catamount football in just a minute.
The Catamount and the Chick-fil-A Cow are teaming up to provide you an awesome tailgate meal each home game from 5:30 to kickoff. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and get your Chick-fil-A meal for only $6. Chick-fil-A Dalton reminds you to eat more chicken and go be great!
When you contact Dalton Utilities, you're speaking to someone from your community, maybe even someone you know. After all, this is our hometown too. Our customers are our neighbors and friends. Protecting our customers and the environment are top priorities at Dalton Utilities. For electricity, natural gas, water, and wastewater services, you can always rely on Dalton Utilities, your hometown connection.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mora Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
Back to Catamount Football Show. We've got our coaches interview segment. We've got Coach Jim Bennett. Coach, you've got a whole plethora of titles. You've got assistant head coach, equipment guru, driver ed chief. What else we got?
Well, you know,
on your job description.
When I fully retire, I'm gonna come be your driver.
That'd be a good one.
You know, we can ride around the country together.
I like that.
Yeah.
Talk about some of your duties, and I know we'll talk about defensive line in a minute, but I think to me one of the interesting things that you do, such a great job, is managing, and it's a lot of stuff. I mean, the equipment and getting the kids outfitted, getting about 100 kids outfitted, ready to go, and making sure they have the proper equipment, safely attired, and all that.
Actually, stuff. We had to count the freshmen this year. We had 140 plus
140
to get at one point. Now they all didn't make it through the season, but the equipment has changed so much over the years, and it's safer, much safer. Chuck Harris brought one of the old suspension helmets in the other day when he was talking to us, and it brought back a lot of memories.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. So, just keeping up with the changes in the equipment and the safety issues, and just making sure everything fits the kid perfectly. There's so much. Used to you buy 1 or 2 styles of shoulder pads and that was it, and everything's become specialized now. So just getting the kid fitted right, and making sure everything's the way it should be.
So one of the things that we brought out this year was the white helmets. Yeah. Talk about so it was great, looked beautiful, wonderful. We're going to wear them again, but talk about the logistics of changing over a varsity squad.
Well, this is something we've been talking about for a long time, and just happened that things worked out where we were able to do that. And the transition, you're breaking in a new helmet. I also found out that we've got a lot of coaches on our staff that have talents that they've hid, that they actually do know how to put face masks on. So that was an interesting time period. But it went smoothly, and the white helmets are all one brand, and some of the kids had worn another helmet, so getting them transitioned into a different helmet. But I think they really like them. Mm-hmm. They look great.
They do look good.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about on the field now. You have the pleasure of coaching 2 big fellas. I mean, 300-pounders right in the middle of the defensive line. Talk about what that does for our defense and the havoc that those two guys create.
Well, for one, it makes me look like I'm a real good coach.
It does.
You know, in 41 years of coaching, I've never had two kids that are as athletic as those two, and they've made each other better. So, you know, we have some more flexibility. We're able to play those guys and move them around, and then we rotate probably at our two defensive tackles. We rotate about 5 kids, so we're able to keep them fresh. And you know, it's hard to run inside. They take up a lot of space, and they're athletic enough to play off blocks. And like I said, it creates problems.
I think one thing that just watching it from my perspective that I've seen is the pass rush part of it. I mean, Max had a couple weeks ago, he had what, 3 sacks?
Yes.
3 sacks in the game, and JW's had multiple sacks. I mean, that's unusual from – normally those big guys aren't in there sacking the quarterback.
Well, you know, what we're finding out is with a 4-man front, they're going to double one of them. Well, if they double John, then Max has got single blocking. If they double Max, John has got single blocking. So one of them is going to be free most of the time. And like you said, they're 300 pounds and both have great starts. And once they get moving upfield, it's hard to single block them. So, you know, you just kind of decide, well, I'm going to double this one or double the other one.
Well, I think the other thing is done as well. They get so much attention. It's created a lot of edge pressure for us too, right?
Well, our ends are one-on-one now with their tackles.
Right.
So, you know, it does open some things up, especially now with you know, the tackles want to kick back and invite you upfield, and you know, our guys have developed that up and then come underneath. So it's helped us tremendously as far as pass rush.
Kind of just talk real quick before we wrap up here about just the overall scheme philosophy of defense. We've had Coach Carpenter on here and Coach Thompson, and have heard their perspective, but give me yours kind of as the overall view of the defense.
The kids have bought into what we're doing, and they really believe that we're going to have them in the right front and the right scheme. We're multiple. We're able to substitute with one guy here, and we can give you a 3-man front or a 4-man front, 2 linebacker scheme, a 3 linebacker scheme, a 1 linebacker scheme. So we become very flexible and very adjustable to what everybody's giving us. So you know, the kids understand that, and they understand their role. And you know, some nights, you know, one guy may play 5 snaps, and next week he may play 25 snaps. It just depends on what the other team strengths are. So you know, again, our kids have a lot of confidence in what we're doing, and you know, they have a lot of confidence in each other, and everybody understands their role pretty much. And you know, again, it's been a good group to coach.
Makes it a lot of fun, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for everything you do. Stay right here, back with more Catamount football in just a minute.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
Honesty, integrity, and hard work, leadership, quality, and value. Just a few words to describe the company and people that make up Shaw Industries. Shaw Industries, the world's leading carpet manufacturer, is proud to be a sponsor of Dalton Catamount Football. Shaw Industries, where great floors begin.
Thank goodness it's football time again here in North Georgia. There's nothing like the smell of the grass and the roar of the crowd under the lights on Friday night. Football is a way of life in Dalton, Georgia, and so is the Oakwood Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, our team is dedicated to serving you the best meal in this area. So next time you're hungry, head on down to the Oakwood Cafe. Your stomach will be glad you did. Oakwood Cafe, for the people, by our people.
All right, we've come to the highlight segment, and this weather is it's beautiful, but golly, I'm ready for it to cool off a little bit.
Man. Hey, great moment right here. Devin Pope, we should bring out. one of our seniors this year that tore his knee.
In the
ACL.
Ringgold scrimmage, right?
Yes, in the Ridgeland. It was at
scrimmage,
Ridgeland,
yeah.
our very first scrimmage. Wasn't able to play this year, but once again, just a great teammate, a young man that I have loved coaching, one of my favorites of all time, Devin Cole, but he was able to be honorary captain this time.
So they kick off to us. Kyrick scoops it up.
Great
Makes
block
a nice
right there.
return here, yeah.
A good job by Gavin House right there. Great job.
We come out in just a little different formation and really just decided to run straight at him. And you can see really getting after him here. There's Caden Stokes and Dylan and Jake Brock mashing some people, and there's Ahmad headed down the field.
Great job. Need to get that chair out of the way, though. I hate to disrupt anybody down there, but
come down there in their little resting time.
Yeah, sorry. Hate to bother you guys.
So we got 4th and goal on the goal line, and we give it to the big fella.
That's right. Just ride the big train in. And who gets tackled by their big fella? 77. That's a lot of weight.
I'm sure this is worth a second look here. It's not often that a defensive lineman, Big John Wesley, gets to put it in the end zone.
All right.
He and Matt.
Oh, well, there it is. I didn't see that.
That's about a 4-inch vertical jump there.
Cumulative.
Yes.
Between the two.
Good push, good lead block by Keith and Ahmad.
Great job right there. Got the. That's
Little
awesome,
excitement.
man.
Yeah, I
a
like
little
the
excitement, man.
celebration.
You love that.
He's telling Max,
he's on
Max.
it. Get up. That's great, man.
Oh my
that
goodness.
may have registered on the
Richter scale.
Richter scale. That's right.
And there's a
Bill, I didn't see the funnel cake.
Coach Sparks had one before the game.
Oh, and didn't share. Great job right there by Matthew Howe right there. It's kind of Kishy prom date. Misses the block and boom. Great job right there. Great job. You could just tell these guys right. Great, good pressure. We had a great pressure on our punt coverage, our punt return team. We really kept the ball most of the night on the other side of the 50-yard line. This is a great play. Just a quick little slant route we throw to Kyrick, and then Kyrick does what Kyrick does, which is turning into a big play.
I think the thing that impressed me most about this play is how he snatches the ball out of the air. Watch him right here. He just reaches up.
And then, boop, cut right up the field.
Chris Berman would have had some good sound effects for this run right here. That's right.
Great job right there, though, getting in the end zone.
Showing his speed, too.
Good kick, once again, very solid.
14-0 early in the game. 8 minutes to go.
Come back, they try to run a little inside zone, and Nathan Moore had a very solid game coming off defensive end. You'll see the play right here, squeezes. They're triple teaming, literally John Wesley, which always frees up somebody. And if it doesn't, that's a shame on us.
That's right.
But once again, right here, good job. Tucker Sumner staying with his read. So another 3 and out that's forced. Tip ball. Once again, ball stays on that side of the 50-yard line.
So we get the ball in great field position, come back, take a deep shot to Zeke, and there goes Zeke. Gets knocked out of bounds at about the 6 or 7, 8, maybe the 8-yard line.
Right
See
on
good
the money.
protection. Great throw, great catch right here.
No doubt.
Over the corner's head and underneath the safety.
That's amazing.
Exactly
Great
where you want it. A little power play, and Ahmad just powers himself into the end zone, runs through an arm tackle there, and scores.
Great
Good job. There's A.J. Womble and Dylan Cole.
Good block right there by Jake.
Dylan and Caden and Jake do a nice job over there on the left side. Keith leading on the thing. Anytime you got Keith leading.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Somebody's going to get hit.
That's right. Hard. So we kick. They actually returned this one, but we caught them inside the 20. Great pursuit right there, and you see a sack by Max Maynard. You'll see right here good pressure. A little end twist right there. Nick Faulkner pushes him inside, and right there is waiting is Max. So great job. They move the ball right here on a long pass down the middle. Get a good breakup right there by Harrison Hughes. Come back again and throw it, and right there we'd get another great break on it. Drop the ball on 4th down.
Here we come back, and just inside zone, give it to Ahmad, and good blocking the line of scrimmage. And Ahmad,
Hard hit.
Big hard hit right here. Nice job of the guys at the point of attack. Damn. The guy's hustling. 34 was a hustling.
He was a good player.
He was. And 56 for them is a good pass rusher as well. Good protection. Great catch by Sam right here.
Good throw and great catch, no doubt, right
really
here.
Really nice. Kind of falling away and just gets up and catches it with his hands. That's what you like to see, those guys not try to catch it with their body.
That's right.
They got us. They got us. They brought an extra rusher off the back edge. We couldn't account for him, and they got to us.
Great pressure right there by Harrison Norman. Wind up getting right there a intentional grounding call. And then right here, young man should have kicked it probably, but he runs it out and then starts retreating, which is not a good thing either.
Gets corralled.
That's right. So good job.
Come back, run the trap with Keith. You can see him. That's AJ on the trap.
56 was a good-looking player.
He was. He was a good pass rusher. Good job by 66, Ivan Caldwell.
What a great block right there by Kyrick.
Kyrick gets a nice block downfield. You can see Ivan right there,
Ivan,
right tackle.
He does a good job.
And Kyrick gets this guy and runs him right over the top of another one. Here comes a counter. Good job. Good job by Aaron Frey here of washing a slanting defensive lineman. You can see him, 49 right there at tight end, washes 56 all the way down and opens the door for Ahmad.
Great job. Great job. Philip Shealy, another good game snapping, and Marshall Phillips holding. Once again, getting the ball down. They moved the ball, actually had 2 or 3 good passes, gets the ball down beyond the 50 for the first time. Then they come in and shank a punt, and then we do something here which I don't like, but it's a great play, and he gets it back. But if we do that again, we're going to have trouble.
Yep. Comes a toss play to Ahmad. Good running right there. Makes 32 miss and gets a first down. Coming back with a trap to Keith. There's Jake Brock and Caden and TJ Alt doing a nice job. Throwback here to Aaron Frere. It's good to get Aaron a good catch in a situation like that.
No doubt. He's such a physically great specimen right there.
He is, and he's getting better and better with his blocking.
This is a new position for him.
Yep.
We should say that. I mean, it's just not something he's played a lot of.
And here comes a little fat man in the end zone. Love when he scores.
It just lays there. Somebody pick me up.
I love when he scores. Watch the linemen too. They get all excited. They love Keith, and they love to see him score. Here comes Jake.
No doubt.
AJ.
That's great, man.
So it makes it 35-0. 2:45 to go before the half.
Big hit right there, and of course Max recovers the fumble. Great job right there. Harrison Norman, big hit right there. Love seeing those big boys get excited. And they've become, I'm glad to hear you talk about with Coach Bennett. They've really been dominant. I said Harrison Norman, sorry, Matthew Howell. Great job by Matthew Howell on the play.
They have. They've become very dominant. They're a handful to try to block in practice. Fade route, great throw. Really good route by Zeke there. Just makes it nice and easy.
Yeah, that's
makes
a great job
easy.
right there.
Just doink, right there for a touchdown.
Good protection, too. Fired out right there. Put it up right in the corner. I like what Coach Napier said, put it in a teacup.
That's right. So it makes it 42-0, 2 minutes to go before the half.
Just a throw down the field, just trying to push it, see what they can get. Wind up kicking it to punting. They threw the ball 3 straight times. Wind up here, we run the zone a couple of times. Then let JP keep it, just trying to run out the clock mainly.
That's right, just running out the clock. Good job by the guys up front working on our inside zone game. It's become a big running play for us out of the gun. So we'll be back in just a minute with the second half highlights.
Hi, my name is Charles R. Hicks Sr.
And I'm Charles R. Hicks Jr.
For major repairs of transmission and motor,
to minor repairs such as AC brakes and tune-ups, Transformers has got you covered.
we also offer financing and provide a nationwide warranty for your peace of mind.
So don't trust your automobile to just anyone.
Come to Transformers, Transmission and Complete Auto Repair Specialists, where we can make it shift, we can make it cold, we can make it stop, and we guarantee we can make it go.
This is Roadrunner Coach Tony Engel. I want you to join another winning team with my friends at Advanced Insurance Strategies. They offer you great service, but more importantly, they offer you the assurance that you're protected today and against whatever tomorrow may bring. After all, isn't peace of mind what insurance is all about? Call my good friend David Pennington at Advanced Insurance Strategies today at 706-226-0186. Beep, beep.
The Catamount and the Chick-fil-A Cow are teaming up to provide you an awesome tailgate meal each home game from 5:30 to kickoff. Be sure to be here by 6 o'clock for the catwalk and get your Chick-fil-A meal for only $6. Chick-fil-A Dalton reminds you to eat more chicken
and go Big Red! a Level 3 neonatal intensive care unit.
An accredited chest pain center.
Advanced imaging.
Comprehensive and convenient medical care.
The #1 hospital in Northwest Georgia, Chattanooga, for overall hospital care.
Quality and expertise matter. Hamilton Medical Center is here, meeting your health needs with compassion, healing, and excellence.
All right, we're back for the second half highlights. We went at halftime and tried to figure out what we're going to do here in the second half. Had a running clock for the entire half, so.
Yeah, we knew it'd be a limited amount of time.
Right.
So
this thing was played basically in real time almost.
That's right. Literally only had one series in the third quarter.
He'll get it out, get some different receivers in the game.
34. Ooh, violent.
Yeah, he is. He's a big hitter. Still got the first group of O-linemen in there, along with got a couple of substitutions, but that's that starting group, and then getting some passes.
These are some of our senior wide receivers that have played and certainly have not got a lot of balls, obviously, because of the other guys that are playing. But these guys have worked hard, and we wanted to be sure that –
and they can catch the football.
They can. They're very, very good, very, very good.
They just happen to be behind two D1.
That's right, which is not happening in the history of Dalton, we should say.
That's right. Tyus Love coming in, running with the first team with the offensive line, and JP.
Another great play right there.
Look at him go.
Yeah.
Good job of hanging on the football too.
Absolutely.
Good catch.
Yeah, good job right there getting the ball, just getting down the field. You know, that's one of the best things for a receiver. When you catch it, quit all that dance and stuff.
That's right.
Once again, another good catch by Tanner Neal.
Yep, Tanner. Offensive line down there helping push him down the field.
And, one thing, a lot of people ask, good job there, Land making a catch behind his back, rotating his body. That's a good job. That we do sometimes when we sub you, and going into this next quarter, talk a little bit about the fact that we do have to leave the linemen in sometimes because we don't quite have the depth that we have at other positions.
That's right. They played the first group, the first 7 that we played that third quarter, but then we got into the fourth quarter. We went with the JVOL kids, one of who we lost, Manny Vega, a couple weeks ago, broke his ankle. So we've got a couple of freshman guys that are in there playing, but they're along with our Ozzie, right tackle is a freshman, 55, Logar's a junior, Mal Leonard's a junior.
So these are some guys we'll be seeing here.
We got Hunter Brown that's a sophomore. So we got
trying to get those guys some.
Get them ready, because we graduated a bunch.
We should mention Austin Hackney on the interception there prior. Turned the ball back over here. You see a great job by these guys. And this is senior Thomas Wright coming up, making a big hit for a sack. Good job right there. Really was hoping they wouldn't do that. They wind up doing that, throwing the.
He's becoming an interception machine.
Yeah, he is an interception. That moves him up the chart right there.
That's right.
So Harrison Hughes, a great job right there. Like to see that excitement. You'll see it right here, kind of a reverse pass. Puts it right out there, and regrettably there's nobody else around it. But he's throwing it to the D.
Harrison was wide open.
Yeah, Harrison was wide open.
So that's the end of the game, 42-0. Great win, and certainly good sportsmanship by both sides, I think. And
absolutely.
Glad to see Coach making our old Catamount up here, and good to have him back. And I know he'd like the little different circumstances, but,
no doubt.
I think he was happy to come back to the
absolutely.
Dalton.
At Carpet Express, our campaign is simple. First, we will start with deporting all those floors from your home. Then we will build a wall, yes, a huge wall, to keep our prices secure. We will use our resources to get better prices that will bring back more jobs for builders and contractors. No matter your race or gender, all people have the right to our great service and prices. Carpet Express, we will make your floor great again.
And don't forget to send us your emails.
Dalton Utilities has been a part of our community since 1889, meeting the needs of a growing industry that is now known throughout the world. Over 125 years later, Dalton Utilities is still invested in our community's success, providing safe and affordably priced utility services to help run your home and business. For electricity, natural gas, water, and wastewater services, you can always rely on Dalton Utilities, your hometown connection.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reginald Sherrill. Are you tired of sweaty underarms and dealing with deodorant stains on your clothes? We're performing a procedure called Mora Dry. It's safe, non-invasive, sweat and odor-free, deodorant-free. It is clinically proven and FDA approved. I've had the procedure and it really works. The procedure takes about 1 hour, it's local anesthesia, and works immediately. Call our office, Dalton Plastic Surgery, 706-226-3311. 706-226-3311.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
All right, Coach, we're headed down to Buccaneer Land this week, down to Allatoona.
Right. Absolutely.
There's a pretty good barbecue restaurant in Ackworth, so I think the first thing we need to do is invite a bunch of people down to the game.
We need them.
We know they'll have a great turnout. It'll
That's
be
right.
a great atmosphere. We need people to load up and head south.
No doubt. Well, the scenario, and that's where you start. What is the scenario? Well, the scenario is we're going to be playing a very good team that is in fact, they're beyond they're highly motivated.
That's right.
Because basically the way the situation sets up, it's in essence the region championship game for us. And in fact, we'd like to say that I think that 4 out of the last 6 years has prepared us for this moment. We're treating it as a region play-in game, just as we had the last 2 years with Cale and prior with Gilmer. And that basically comes down to the fact that Harrison beat Allatoona, and for Allatoona to force a 3-way tie, which would be their only way of getting a region championship, they have to beat us by more than 17 points. And I think anything beyond that, it's circular and it's
we can make it pretty simple, right?
The thing for us is the W.
That's
That's right. So for us, the focus is going down and like I said, taking care of business and just trying to do what we do, not get caught up in scenarios and what ifs and juggernauts that have nothing to do with us. What has something to do with us, we're playing Allatoona for the region championship. And it's funny, from the moment they won the state championship last year and we were assigned into this region, we began talking to our players that this year, this was going to be the region championship game, and we wanted to find ourselves in it. We didn't realize Harrison would be as good as they were. We didn't realize some of the other teams. We knew Allatoona would be a good football team. Allatoona is an excellent football team.
So let's talk a little bit about them on the field. I think the first thing that comes to mind, whether it's their offense or defense, is just physical.
Very physical. In fact, if I look at a team that's maybe most comparable to us from a physicality standpoint, certainly they are. Coach Varner is a friend of mine. We vacation with our staffs together every year with FCA camp, and I know his style, his background, where he comes from, and it's based on physical. And you're going to see that. You're going to see a team that looks a lot like us, particularly up till this year. They are a straight I team. Fullback, tailback, quarterback, 2 wide receivers, tight end, maybe a slot back, an H-back that moves back and forth, and they're going to run downhill, and they're going to run the power, they're going to run the counter, they're going to run the sweep, they're going to run the trap, they're going to run the lead. That's it. They're going to throw the waggle, they're going to throw some bootlegs, a few of quick game. It's basically watching, taking the film back and watching us. The big thing is they've not changed from 6 years ago when we played them down there for the region championship back when we were all in the same region. So like I said, from an offensive standpoint, they're a very physical football team that's going to bring the punch to us, and they won't be sitting back reading us. They're going to be bringing it to us defensively.
Last time we were down there, they were a 4-man front, even front team, and now they've changed. They've gone to the 3-3 stack that a lot of teams are running. I think
That's
see, I guess a lot of teams like it combating the spread, and a lot of our region has become spread teams. So they've gone to that defense, but they've got some linebackers that can run. They've got 3 down people that are very physical, a couple of safeties. They've got a very good defense, and it's going to be a challenge for us offensively.
And probably, you probably heard me say this, a couple of games back, but I'd say this week, this is the best special teams that we'll play. Very good punter. He's going to give us something we can finally return. Good kickoff. He'll kick it 50% of the time in the end zone or down inside the 5. Field goal kicker probably has a 45 to 48-yard range, what we've seen between scouting and watching on film. So overall, complete-wise, and you can't be thrown off, oh, well, they lost games. They lost games to state championship, Cartersville, Sandy Creek, Alexander. I mean, these were very, very good football teams that are ranked. Alexander most recently being the last team other than us to be unbeaten. So at the end of the day, very, very good football team, and we will have our hands full. We want to be sure. I want to go back to your first statement. We need a lot of people at that stadium. It's going to be loud. They will have a lot of people, 2,000-something kids at that school. There are going to be a lot of people there. We really want to get as many. So if it's barbecue, pumpkin farms, whatever we got to do, we want to get everybody down there.
We need to show them how Dalton travels.
That's exactly right.
For a big away game.
That's exactly right, no doubt.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Honesty, integrity, and hard work, leadership, quality, and value. Just a few words to describe the company and people that make up Shaw Industries. Shaw Industries, the world's leading carpet manufacturer, is proud to be a sponsor of Dalton Catamount Football. Shaw Industries, where great floors begin.
Thank goodness it's football time again here in North Georgia. There's nothing like the smell of the grass and the roar of the crowd under the lights on Friday night. Football is a way of life in Dalton, Georgia, and so is the Oakwood Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, our team is dedicated to serving you the best meal in this area. So next time you're hungry, head on down to the Oakwood Cafe. Your stomach will be glad you did. Oakwood Cafe, for the people, by our people.
Hi, my name is Charles R. Hicks Sr.
And I'm Charles R. Hicks Jr.
An unexpected breakdown can cause a family a heavy financial burden.
Here at Transformers Transmission, we want to ease that burden.
And to help you ease that burden, we now offer 6 and 12 months interest-free financing to help you get back on the road.
So don't trust your automobile to just anyone.
Come to Transformers Transmission and Complete Auto Repair, where we can make it shift, we can make it cold, we can make it stop, and we guarantee we can make it go.
All right, Coach. Week 9 is in the books.
Unbelievable.
Getting ready for Week 10.
Sure it's not week 1 or 2 again.
Last regular season home game was wrapped up at Harmon Field. Yep. Certainly hope for some playoff games, but that's it for home games. And certainly want to thank. We had some wonderful crowds this year.
Oh man!
Just what a great job of our community getting behind the team and all the affiliated people around the program.
Well, every time that we make this step up. When we stepped up from 3A to 4A and then 4A to 5A and now 5A to 6A, and you know, everybody has had to step it up. The band, you know, I spoke to David Henry, and you know, he asked his band, we got to do it better, and the cheerleaders do it better. And certainly I know Mr. Bartu asked our administration and our staff to do better, but the fans this year have really been outstanding. And you know, on behalf of our football team, our coaching staff, just want to really tell you thank you for your participation in our games and you know, being there and supporting the young men. They certainly work hard enough and certainly don't ever feel like they're entitled to it, but feel like they've earned it. So just appreciate you coming out and being with us, and want to continue. Now's when you get fun, and now's when you get to see some really, really good talent. You get to see some guys come in here and play that, you know, quite honestly, they'll be playing on Saturdays from this point on, and that when this is over with, not just on our team, but these other teams that we're going to be playing. So, yeah, great job by the fans. I tell you, a group that we've not really kind of brought out this year, our school resource officer, Bart Chandler, with the Dalton City Police, the fire department that does the fire truck, which is second to none. I get asked about that probably as much as any tradition that we have. If you've never seen that, come out to the catwalk and see that when we come in at 6 o'clock to the stadium. It's just exciting. It's community. I mean, it really Absolutely. Is. And Hamilton Medical, the ambulance drivers that are there, they're always there. But Bart Chandler, who handles all of our security, he just does an outstanding job, and I just appreciate he and Jeff McKinney, who's our game manager, and Jay Ashlock, who has to fill in when Jeff's out of town with the softball team. So like I said, just a lot of, once again, just opening that hood. There's a lot of working parts on Friday night.
How about Ethan Marlowe? You need to talk about him. What he's tell what he's.
Well, Ethan Marlowe is a former Catamount, former player of ours that is finishing up college right now, and he's worked a little bit he wants to go into teaching and coaching. His mother's an educator, father's a Catamount graduate as well, graduated with my brother back in 1983. So comes from a Catamount family, and he has been working as a volunteer assistant with us, and just some things he does on Friday night, helping us with this new sideline technology that you guys see. Coach and I over there getting ready to throw it at sometimes, but he handles it, keeps everything in working order, and that is such a
and he drives from Dahlonega to Dalton for the game.
Yeah, drives from Dahlonega, that's right. And so, like I said, it is great, and he's a guy that, when you say, hey, what do you want, that's a guy you want. And Ethan Marlowe has just been outstanding. And once again, another one of those pieces of that's out there that certainly goes unnoticed a lot, but from our perspective, never goes unappreciated, because we tell him all the time how much we appreciate him, because he does the thing that keeps us going on Friday night, giving us that video and film and stuff.
And that's become such an important part of coaching and becoming an important part of the game adjustments, having that access to that right there.
That's right.
Real-time
And really, we can connect that one step further is Nick Amonette. Nick Amonette's been doing our filming for many, many years, or at least since I've been the head coach. And his video is what we trade when we trade back and forth between the schools, and it's connected to the laptop, which is connected to the Wi-Fi, which sends down to the sideline and gives us that. So Ethan Marlowe and Nick Amonette, two Catamounts that we could not do without. Those are two guys we couldn't do without. Appreciate what they do.
Absolutely. Before we wrap up, let's talk real quick again about the importance of us getting a big crowd Friday night.
No doubt.
I just looked up a minute ago in a break, and JD's Barbecue, I think, is a place I ate in
There you go.
Ackworth. It's really good.
Right.
So,
JD's Barbecue, you heard that.
And there's a lot of neat little restaurants in downtown Ackworth. So take a half a day off Friday, drive down, have dinner with your family.
No doubt.
And come to the football game.
It's an easy drive. It is literally right off of the interstate. Right there, you can get off at the Emerson Lake Point, which most people are very familiar with, the new baseball park and all that, or you can go on down to Red Top Mountain and get off at Red Top Mountain, but you're right there on 41.
And hang a right.
Oh, and it's literally maybe, 2 or 3 miles just right off
It's on the extreme western edge of Cobb County.
That's right.
It's right, butts up next to Douglas County.
Great facility, great school, and like I said, you'll enjoy the game. It'll be a great game, and we need you. We need you a lot.
Absolutely, well said. All right, well, let's wrap up the show like we always do. We'll be back next week, same cat time, same cat channel.
Go Big Red.